Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing daring and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger! Today's adventure, number 3975. Cliffhanger meets the Sleeping Gypsy.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
All of a sudden, far away, Cliff sees a lion and a sleeping gypsy. Cliff reaches into his backpack and takes out his trusty survival manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Cliff starts to read.
When you see a sleeping gypsy far away, set off an alarm. Pardon me, can you help me get off this cliff?
We'd love to. Could this be it? Will Cliffhanger finally depart from that cliff and be free?
But we're late for a party. Sorry.
A party? Arg!
Don't forget your jar and your guitar.
It's not a guitar, it's a lute.
Oh.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing daring and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger. Today's adventure, episode number 7. Cliffhanger celebrates Kiss a Moose Week. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, Cliff notices 2 moose standing on a high wooden platform nearby. A banner above them reads, "Kiss me, I'm a moose." In a flash, Cliff reaches into his backpack and extracts his trusty survival manual. Using his impressive decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you see 2 moose standing on a nearby platform, ask them to help you. Say, will you please get me off this cliff?
No can do until we finish our job as official cheerleaders of National Kiss-A-Moose Week. But after that, your wish is our command.
I have to wait a whole week?
It's only 7 days!
And day 1 starts now!
My fellow moose, what day is it?
Sunday of Kiss a Moose Week!
What's that mean?
We get kissed! The next morning...
And what day is it now?
Monday! And so it goes, through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and finally, Saturday.
Well, that's it for Kiss-A-Moose Week.
Now that your celebration is finally over, will you please get me off this cliff?
Well, as I said last Sunday, your wish is our command.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing, daring, and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger! Today's adventure, number 15,455, Cliffhanger and the Fabulous Flying Fish. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, Cliff spots 2 fishermen on the cliff above him.
Father, we've been sitting here for hours and we haven't caught a single fish. That pond is full of flying fish. Eventually, one will fly up here and we'll hook it.
In a flash, Cliff reaches into his backpack and extracts his trusty survival manual. Using his famous decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you spot two fishermen fishing for flying fish, put on a fish suit and let them catch you. How fortunate! I have a fabulous flying fish costume right here in my backpack.
Look, a flying fish just waiting to be hooked. By George, I've got him. Help me pull him up.
I knew there was something fishy about that fish.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing, daring, and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger! Today's adventure, number 6, Cliffhanger and Trixie the Tricky Pixie. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me, excuse me.
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, above him, Cliff sees Trixie the Tricky Pixie. Quickly, Cliff digs into his nifty backpack and lifts out his trusty survival manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
Ricky the Tick Picker. Here it is, Trixie the Tricky Pixie. When you see Trixie the Tricky Pixie, say the magic words and she will give you a lift off the cliff. The magic words?
That would be 6 thick thistle sticks.
6 thistle sticks.
Nope.
6 thick thistle sticks.
606 minutes pass.
6 thick thistle sticks.
Sir, your time is up. I have got to get to a picnic in Dixie.
6 thick thistle sticks. 6 thick thistle sticks. 6 thick thistle sticks.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer. No.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing, daring, and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger! Today's adventure, number 2712, Cliffhanger and the Yodeling Yellow Yak. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, far below him, Cliff overhears 2 scientists yakking.
I yearn to find a yodeling yellow yak.
Me too.
Quickly, Cliff reaches into his backpack and yanks out his trusty survival manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you hear 2 scientists yakking about a yodeling yellow yak, put on a yellow yak costume and start yodeling. Why didn't I think of that? Yes. Yodelay.
Yikes, that's a yodeling yak.
Yes, let's yank him off the cliff and bring him home with us.
Are Cliff's years of hanging from a cliff about to come to an end?
No, we must leave this magnificent creature here, where Mother Nature meant for him to be.
You're right, of course. The yak stays here.
I'm not really a yak.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer. Priceless Gifts by Shoshana Shankar. Once there was a very sad and lonely merchant named Sheldon. He lived alone and didn't have a single friend.
Table for one, please.
One day, when Sheldon was eating all by himself, he overheard a rich merchant named Sharita telling a story.
Last month, I sailed my ship to the kingdom of Shazam. Hello, King Shazam! My ship's filled with great stuff. Tell me what you need and I'll sell it to you.
King Shazam needed shoes, shower curtains, shovels, shrubs, and sheep. But unfortunately, Sharita didn't have anything in her ship beginning with S-H.
Oh, well, stay for dinner anyway. We're having shrimp.
Sharita and King Shazam sat down to a lavish meal. But before they could even taste the shrimp, mice started eating everything in sight. King Shazam tried shooing the mice away.
Shoo! Shoo!
He tried shaking a stick at them. He even tried shimmying.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Shake it! Shake it!
But nothing worked.
Have you tried getting a cat?
King Shazam didn't know what a cat was. He had never even seen one before. So Sharita got 2 cats from her ship.
I don't believe it. They chased all the mice away. Those cats are fantastic.
You can have them. I've got tons of cats on my ship.
King Shazam was so grateful for this gift, he showered Sharita in gold and jewels. When Sheldon heard this story, he decided that he too would sail to the kingdom of Shazam.
If Sharita got all those jewels and gold for 2 cats, imagine what I'll get if I give the king all those things he asked for. Check, please.
So Sheldon filled his ship with shoes, shower curtains, shovels, shrubs, and sheep, and sailed to Shazam.
Hi, King Shazam. I'm Sheldon, a merchant. I was just passing by, and I wondered if you needed anything.
Well, what I could really use is...
shoes, shower curtains, shovels, shrubs, and sheep.
Why, yes, that's exactly what I need.
I've got them all right here. In fact, I'll give them to you.
King Shazam was so grateful for all these gifts, he said he would give Sheldon something in return. Something priceless.
Oh, will it be 100 jewels, 1,000, 1,000,000? I wonder if I'll need a bigger ship.
Behold your priceless gift.
That's it?
It's called a cat, and it chases mice. It's much more valuable than all the jewels in Shazam.
Oh, shucks.
Back on his ship, Sheldon was sadder than ever before. He had sailed across the world and hadn't gotten a single jewel. But then the cat jumped up onto his shoulder and purred, and Sheldon felt a very strange feeling. He felt happy, for King Shazam had indeed given Sheldon a priceless gift. He had given him a friend. The end.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
Today's adventure, episode 1,000,000. Cliffhanger sells his house. We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Suddenly, Cliff sees a man waving to him from the top of the cliff.
Good day, sir. I'm here to help you sell your house.
Sell my house?
Yes, and when somebody buys it, my crew will move it to any place they choose.
And if I stay in my house while it's moved, will I get moved too?
Why, sure, I guess so.
Mister, you've got a deal.
All right, I'll be back in a jiff with my customers.
Wait, I don't have a house. I'd better consult my trusty survival manual. If somebody offers to move your house off your cliff, but you don't have a house, build one fast.
Okay, who wants to make the first offer on this lovely cliffside home?
I'll offer $100,000, and I'd like it moved to Paris, France.
Not bad.
I'll offer $200,000, and I'd like it moved to Honolulu, Hawaii.
Even better.
I'll offer $1 million.
Sold! And where would you like your new house moved?
Nowhere. It's hideous. I'm buying it on the condition you tear it down so I don't have to look at it ever again.
Consider it done.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.
The Last Cliffhanger by Livingston Dangerously.
Jump on the blast fast. Whoa, what a blast! I'm free at last! Gasp! Gag! Not on cliff any longer.
Is this it? Has Cliffhanger's life of grasping a branch passed at last?
Cliffhanger, living on the beach.
Flying off the shelf once again, it's the continuing, daring, and dangling adventures of Cliffhanger!
Today's adventure, episode 1666, Cliffhanger and Just in Time.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff. And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer!
All of a sudden, Cliff spots Just in Time. Not that one! By chance, Cliff notices Just in Time, resting on a hammock from the top of his cliff.
Couldn't be more comfortable. Cliff digs into his nifty backpack and lifts out his trusty survival manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you see Just in Time resting on a hammock on your cliff, ask him to rescue you. Suddenly, Justin sees Cliffhanger hanging from a cliff.
Justin digs into his nifty survival kit and lifts out his safety manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Justin begins to read.
If you see Cliffhanger hanging from a cliff, ask him to rescue you. Excuse me. Would you please rescue me from this cliff? Oh, that's against my better judgment, but, okay? Please, grab my hand. Thank you very much. No problem. But I would like to switch places with you. Say what now? I can't stand the relaxation. I want to be a part of the danger and excitement you always had for several years. Well, you can use my hammock. I'm not going to be using it for a while. Or ever. Thank you very much, Justin.
10 minutes later. 10 more minutes later.
I can't stand this easy life. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have to go back.
Excuse me.
Couldn't be more comfortable.
And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Can't hold on much longer.